What's up guys, Racing Nation TV here, back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about Alex Bowman Racing finally confirming their schedule for the 2021 Sprint Car season. But before we get into that, I just want to explain sort of and apologize for the lack of uploads on this channel. You see, in the end of January, right before the Rolex, I got an opportunity with a YouTube channel called Kart Chaser. You can go subscribe to them. I'll probably include a card. That's where I got this awesome hoodie, obviously. But anyways, I got an opportunity to work with them at a few kart races in Florida. So the past 3 weekends I've been in Florida, Thursday to Sunday. So I mean, I'm not complaining. Not a bad gig, but yeah, that kind of takes up a lot of time, and yeah, I haven't had a lot of time to be doing videos like this. But right now we're kind of in a more relaxed sort of schedule. So let's get into it. So today Alex Bowman released a 29 race schedule. It's going to be split between 3 drivers, and I'll be going over those drivers and their schedules, which races they're going to be doing, and some other details that I find interesting. So let's just get started and talk about the schedule real quick. C.J Leary will be the primary driver. He's going to do 16 total events with the team, starting at Williams Grove March 26th. The next day, Lincoln Speedway on the 27th. He'll be doing his first World of Outlaws start April 9th at Kokomo, which is a race that I will hopefully be attending and will bring to you coverage on this channel. The next day, again in Indiana, World of Outlaws will be at Tri-State on the 10th. He'll be going with the All-Star Circuit Champions at Virginia Motor Speedway on the 15th. Taking it to some local shows in May, he'll be doing Attica on the 14th, Fremont on the 15th, the day after, and then in June, he'll be doing Attica on the 11th, Fremont on the 12th, and then starting in July on the 13th, he'll be racing with the World of Outlaws at Attica, which will be the Brad Doty Classic. Later that week, he'll be doing the World of Outlaws at Eldora, which will be the Kings Royal from the 14th to the 16th of July. Going into August, he'll be at Lincoln Speedway on the 7th. Fast forward to September, on the 24th, he'll be doing the World of Outlaws at Eldora, and then the day after, the All-Star Circuit Champions at Eldora, which obviously is the 4 Crown Nationals at Eldora. October 8th, he'll be back at Fremont, and the 9th, he'll once again be at Fremont. That gives us 5 World of Outlaw races, 2 All-Star Circuit Champions races, and 9 local events. Now to the second driver of the Alex Bowman Racing stable is actually Alex Bowman himself, which is surprising. He will do 4 races during the NASCAR midsummer break during the Olympics, which is kind of ironic because I think the Olympics are probably going to get canceled if they haven't already. He'll be doing 4 races in Ohio, Attica, Fremont, and then Attica and Fremont, 2 weeks apart, both Friday and Saturday events. Now before we talk more about that, let's just talk about the third driver, which is actually probably the biggest surprise. These are the 2 big surprises, is Alex Bowman in this next entry, which will be Josh Weiss, who will be running at IRP in a Pavement Midget for 4 races, all IRP. IRP kind of announced their schedule. They're going to be doing 4 Pavement Midget races at the track, and obviously one of those is going to be the night before the 500. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, let's talk a little about Josh Weiss first, because I actually did some research, and you know, something I kind of learned actually is Josh Weiss actually came from USAC, from NASCAR, and he was quite successful. And I don't know why I didn't know this. I don't know why this was such a surprise to me, but this deal kind of came together because Josh Weiss is Alex Bowman's personal trainer, because once he stopped doing NASCAR as a driver, he became a personal fitness trainer for a lot of the drivers. He actually, a couple drivers, not just Bowman. So Bowman kind of pointed out that Josh Weiss, you know, his friend, personal trainer, you know, Josh been saying the one thing that'll get him back in a car is, you know, a Pavement Midget. And Alex Bowman actually thought at first that he would be doing some of the driving himself. And Josh Weiss has actually stated that he'd try out the first one and then see how it goes. I kind of think Josh Weiss will do okay, given his experience and how successful he was in USAC. But keep that in mind that, you know, one of these 4 races, we could see Alex Bowman back in a USAC Pavement Midget. So one of the things left off the calendar without a driver is Charlotte at the end. And Alex Bowman kind of touched on that. He said that weekend, C.J Leary actually has a prior commitment in the USAC non-wing division at Paris Speedway for the Budweiser Oval Nationals. And Alex Bowman himself will actually be in Phoenix that weekend, hopefully fighting for a championship If he's not, still going to be in Phoenix, right? So those two, as of right now, are kind of off the board, but they still want to do that race. So I mean, so I think kind of the consensus there is that Paris Speedway being in California is going to get canceled, and so CJ is probably going to get to run that event. But let's say Paris goes smoothly and happens, which I don't think it will. And let's say Bowman obviously Bowman no matter what can't be there. So I don't know what they're going to do. Don't know what the plan is. Bowman said himself that once they get to that bridge, we'll see. We got a long time until October when that happens, but I would probably bet that CJ would be in that car as well. So that's just another World of Outlaw event for CJ. So out of all of this news, it's very interesting to me because last year we found out about Alex Bowman's sprint car team during a rain delay. I believe it was at Talladega when they were talking about what he was doing during the COVID quarantining, and Alex Bowman of all people decided to start his own sprint car team. Bought the chassis, bought the engine, and then I believe the joke during the Talladega, correct me if I'm wrong, was that he bought a second one so they could have a spare. So basically, he just started the sprint car team during quarantine. One of those quarantine. I don't know, what do you call it? Everyone kind of found a new hobby, and Alex Bowman found starting a sprint car team, which he obviously already had this team from Midget Racing. They would always go. He always went to the Chili Bowl with last 3 years. I think it was 2 cars, but even before then, I think he showed up by himself. Maybe a year or 2 by himself. I'm not sure how long that went on, but obviously shows up every year. The Chili Bowl runs really well. Comes with some clean cars, some fast cars, and I don't think even he even said that this has probably gotten way bigger than he expected it to, and he clearly stated that this team, he doesn't ever see it going full time, and actually there's a quote that I found interesting that this reads, "This is about me wanting to have fun racing with my friends." So obviously, Alex Bowman kind of started a sprint car team in quarantine out of boredom or something like that, and then kind of grows into doing almost 30 races this year. So one thing that's a positive for me and for this channel is I actually, if you haven't subscribed for long, I'm based pretty much an hour from Attica, an hour and a half from Fremont. So I'm not sure what my calendar has in store for July yet, but I can almost guarantee you that I will be on site for at least one, for sure one, maybe 2, and if my July calendar is free, I will be there for all of the events in July that Bowman will be at. I'll be at Kokomo, like I said earlier, and yeah, I can't wait to see this team in action. I'll be there for the first World of Outlaw event at Kokomo. I'm pretty psyched to see their first time with the World of Outlaws, not just doing local. March kind of gets iffy when it comes to events, so those events in Pennsylvania at the Grove and Lincoln that they want to do might get rained out, might not happen, because these early dirt events, like I said, it's hit or miss how early you actually get started versus your schedule. But I'm really excited to see this team get going, even though they're not going to be full time. They're just one of the quotes last year, I believe, Bowman said was they've never lost a party at a dirt race. So this just seems like Bowman wanting to have fun, and I'm all for it. I'm 100% on board. Happy to see Alex Bowman getting into running 410 wing sprint cars. And one more thing I want to bring up and kind of talk about is it's something I kind of thought of. Think about it. What's going on at Hendrick right now? To where last video I did was Chase Elliott doing USAC at Bubba Raceway Park. He did the Chili Bowl, obviously, getting into dirt stuff. Alex Bowman starting a sprint car team, which is long before Larson joined the team, and then obviously Kyle Larson just joined Hendrick. The only driver left out not doing dirt racing this year is William Byron. Which, what's next? William Byron's going to start a sprint car team. I wouldn't be surprised at this point. So it kind of a tinfoil hat subject, but you kind of think about it. One of the things that was kind of in the talks when Kyle Larson was signing his contract with Hendrick, or when we were thinking about whether or not he'd go, is what would Rick say about him wanting to do dirt? Because it's obviously a big thing to Kyle Larson to be able to do those events, which is something he was able to do with Chip Ganassi. So maybe Hendrick went a little bit more lenient on Larson and doing extra events, which then maybe spiraled over to the other drivers saying, hey, we want this treatment too, which kind of allows Chase and Bowman to do other things. It's because something I've been thinking about, something that kind of went off in my head, like, hey, maybe Bowman and Chase Elliott being able to do this kind of factors into Larson joining the team. I mean, it makes sense, wouldn't it? Because Rick, I mean, hasn't really let Bowman do the Chili Bowl, but that was pretty much it in extracurricular stuff. I mean, Hendrick drivers in the Cup Series haven't really been doing that much outside of. Casey Kane did a couple dirt races, but his dirt racing obviously slowed a ton when he went to Hendrick. It slowed, substantially. So I think it's something. Maybe Kyle Larson finally got helped out the entire Hendrick team and his teammates. So that'll do it for this video. Like I said, stay tuned to this channel for more dirt racing content. I'll be covering a lot more throughout the year. And if you like this video, go check out my buddy and I's podcast, the Rain Race Podcast. It's a weekly podcast that we do on his channel, usually every Monday, sometimes Tuesday. But we talk about all other forms of motorsports, and it's a good time. So definitely go check out his channel. Check out Kart Chaser, video releasing tonight that I helped film. Didn't edit, I filmed it. So that's about it. I will see you guys in the next one.